get turned on.
Oh, no.
Good morning, everybody. What do you say we start this with a meditation, huh? Let's all get comfortable in our chairs. Actually, Ross, could I have you turn out the lights? I don't know where they are. We have a whole bunch of them here, but I don't know where they are. And don't tell me you didn't bring yours. Well, if you have it, you can wear it. But let's just get comfortable in our chairs. And now that it's a little bit darker, closing your eyes makes it a little bit darker. Because we're just going to take a deep breath. We're going to let it out. And as we do, we want to feel our body start to relax. And relax our neck, our shoulders. Just kind of let your arms hang, or have them in your lap. Because we're here to relax. Take another deep breath, let it out. Feel yourself relaxing even a little bit more. Today, I'm going to take you on a little trip. We're going to go back through your life. I'm going to count from 10 to 0, and with each number, I say, you will float along the timeline of your past. I want you to just observe the moments of your life as they pass without involving any emotions. Just let them float. You're floating along this timeline of your life all the way to your birth, and making your way back to the soul level where you can communicate with your higher self. So let's begin. Number 10, letting your mind begin to drift back in time. What were you doing this morning? Yesterday? Last month? 9. See what you were doing last year. 8. Continuing to floating back along your life timeline. What were you doing 5 years ago? 10. 20. Number 7. You drift all the way back to your school days. See the moments flash by when you were a teenager. 6. Drifting through your childhood, see the places that you lived during these times. And if any memories come, just let them pass by. 5. You're seeing things from when you were very, very young. Perhaps they are real accounts of memories that you have, or maybe just the stories that you were told about your early childhood. 4. You can see that you are a baby now, just learning to walk. See these moments as clearly as you can. 3. You are a very tiny baby now, before you could walk. See the people caring for you. Try to observe any colors or sounds that you may notice from this time. Two, now you are in your mother's womb, safe and warm. It's quiet in there, and you feel wanted in the world outside of your mother. 1, now you are only but a speck of life in your mother, sent from your father. 0, you are passing through back into the spiritual dimension, the place of unlimited awareness. Observe whatever you are experiencing right now. You sense a presence that is pure and beautiful. It is the most intelligent presence you have ever felt. This presence is your spirit. It is your higher self. Notice the qualities of this existence, what it is like. Allow for a moment of stillness now, for just a moment, as we enter into the silence. Having centered your mind and heart in the truth of your spirit, rerun your life back to the present day, leaving behind any guilt from past mistakes, leaving behind any fear and worry, finding comfort in the truth of your own being. And when you are ready, you can start to return your consciousness to this time and place. Begin to feel the feeling in your fingers and in your toes. Maybe roll your shoulders. Move a little in your chair and bring yourself back to here. Ross, can we get the lights again? Okay, Facebook people, we're back in the light. Okay, today we are going to start a new subject for the month. And as Melissa said, our subject is Wayshowers. Now today, I'm going to try to give you some examples of what a Wayshower is. And I'm going to use my own journey as an example. Next week, we're going to start to talk about some of the real heavy hitters in the Wayshower business. Melissa's going to be talking about Buddha. Week after that, I'm going to talk about Jesus. And the final week, Melissa's going to wrap it up with whoever else we left off. So, now that we've finished September, which was finding your center, you all have your center, right? You know where the center is? You got that? That's all done? You don't need anybody to help you go beyond your center? No? You sure? Maybe. Maybe a wayshower could do that. What is a wayshower? Or should I say, who is a wayshower? Well, I've got several definitions here that I got from several different sources about what they think a wayshower is. So I'm going to present them to you, and then we're going to go through it. So, first of all, a wayshower is an individual who has traversed the challenging terrain of self-discovery and has emerged with profound wisdom and insight. Not bad. Not bad. Here's another one. A wayshower serves as a guiding light, illuminating the path for others to seek personal growth and healing and spiritual awakening. Okay. One more. A wayshower understands that each individual's journey is unique and personal. They help you to navigate the complexities of self-discovery, gently leading you towards your true potential. With their guidance, you gain clarity, deepen your self-awareness, and gain access to the hidden gifts and talents that reside within you. So who are these wayshowers? Can anybody be a wayshower? Wayshowers can be innovators, inventors, pioneers of different fields. They can be school teachers, writers, musicians, actors, influencers, activists. They can also be mom and dad, grandparents, or a person whose mission it is just to make life better on earth. Because they simply want to share kindness, happiness, love, positivity, and inspiration with other people. And they do it not by getting up here and preaching. They do it by simply being who they are. Now, in looking back at my life looking for wayshowers, I found that it was easier for me to categorize them into two categories. We have the human experience wayshowers, and I have spiritual wayshowers. And this is just for me. Okay. Unity doesn't make such a distinction. I'm just talking about me. So, a human experience wayshower would be someone who helps me in this physical life, obviously. Okay? Someone who has grabbed me by the scruff of the neck and said, nope, not that way, this way. Spiritual wayshower is concerned with within. Okay? So, who is my first human experience wayshower? Well, normally we would look to our parents, would we not? I come from a family of 5 kids. I'm the oldest. My mom and dad both had full-time jobs for as long as I can remember. So personal one-on-one time with 5 individual kids was kind of tough for them. So I actually found that my first human experience wayshower was my grandmother, my father's mother, and what we would do is every summer when school was out, the kids would take turns spending a week with Grandma and Grandpa. And we always looked forward to it because we weren't yelled at Grandma and Grandpa's. We could stay up as late as we wanted at Grandma and Grandpa's. But beyond that, what my grandmother showed me was that there was an adult that would listen to you, hear your side of the story, validate some of your opinions. We spent many, many hours talking, and I learned a lot from her. And most of that time was in her kitchen. And we were either preserving the strawberry jam, or my other favorite activity was making what she called fried cakes, sourdough donuts. You know, you make them by hand, fresh. You don't cut them out with a cutter. You actually roll them. And I would always say, well, even though we're not cutting them out, I still want centers. I want the round ones, you know? So anyway. But I learned a lot from her. So she was my first. My second adult wayshower. In 1960, I was 10 years old. This country elected a new president. His name was John Fitzgerald Kennedy. And during his inaugural speech, he said something that this 10-year-old took to heart. Now, I have no memory of listening to him give it initially. I have memory of the different clips when he says it. And I know you know what I'm talking about, right? Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. And when we lost him 3 years later, that phrase was burned into my soul. So when I graduated from my school, I joined the Air Force. It took me a while to actually get in active duty because in between the time that I enlisted, delayed enlistment, I was going to go in January, I got sick. I caught mononucleosis, of all things. And so when January came, the doctors wouldn't clear me for basic training. So I had to wait. I turned 19 in May, and I was still not in the Air Force. And back then, if you were 19 and not in school and not have some kind of deferment, you were going in the Army or the Marines. But I did finally get a slot, and by the end of May, I was in the Air Force. It took me 2 years to get through the different tech schools that they sent me through, to get trained to do what I was supposed to do. But when I finally got to my first base and was assigned to, it was the Electronic Warfare Systems shop. We repaired equipment that was on the airplane, but when it broke, they took it off the airplane, brought it to us. We fixed it, gave it back to them. That's the way it worked. And it was a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week operation. And so we had 3 different shifts. But the guy that ran it all for our shop was named Sergeant Jim Allman. And he's my next Wayshower. He was my boss's boss's boss, as if you're looking at it as the hierarchy of exactly where he was and where I was. And if you know anything about me at all, you know that sometimes I can't control what I say. Sometimes things come out of my mouth that I wish I could take back, or maybe it's just sarcasm that was inappropriate at the moment. But there were occasions where I found myself in Sergeant Allman's office. And normally when you go in there, this is the military, you're expected to go in there and spit, shine, and polish, and discipline, and all that. But when you went into his office, even if you were there for something like a discipline action, he had you sit down. And it wasn't in front of his desk, so he was behind the desk. You were side by side. And like my grandmother, he wanted to know why. He wanted to understand my side of it before he said anything on his side of it. I always left his office feeling better about myself than when I went in. And I decided at that time that that was the kind of supervisor I was going to be. That was the kind of leader I was going to be. And I tried to do that in my 23 years. There are others that helped me in my human experience, but I can barely get those to those three. I don't know how I'm going to get through any more. So anyway, anybody got a tissue? Thanks. Appreciate that. So now let's talk about spiritual wayshowers. Until I was 52 years old, which was 2002 for those that are keeping track, up until that time, I really didn't have a spiritual life. I wasn't interested in church. Didn't think it was important. But in 2002, like I've told you many times before, I had an incident during my heart operation. I had a bypass. And I had an event that I could not understand, needed to find some clarity for. And so I decided that maybe a spiritual path was the path I could find my answers. So we went back to church. We went back to a traditional Christian church with some friends of ours where they attended. And I was looking for the answer, why during that operation did I hear, "You have more to do, we're not done with you yet"? I just couldn't understand where it was coming from. So I would talk to people in this traditional Christian church, and I would tell them what happened. And they would say, "Oh, well, that was Jesus saving you." Okay. Or it was God. Okay. Or it was, "Are you sure it wasn't the doctor?" Well, he said he didn't say anything like that, so I don't know. So I wasn't finding any answers in that church. And finally I came to a head, and we left that church and we came here. And the first time I walked in the door, I was greeted by those 5 banners, which I couldn't agree more with. I heard the pastor at the time, the reverend at the time, talk about us being spiritual beings, having a human experience. That rang true for me. So I've been thinking more and more about just what was this voice. Obviously, a Wayshower, it changed my life. I went from not giving anything about a spiritual life to that being my sole focus, what's going on. So, in doing this talk, preparing for this talk, I got to thinking, well, could that voice have been me? Could it have been my spirit coming into consciousness? Could I have been my own Wayshower? Wow. I don't know. I'm still struggling with that. But I do have another spiritual Wayshower, because I have another Wayshower definition I want to share with you. It's actually characteristics. Wayshowers are often found within challenging times and challenging circumstances. For divine intention puts them there with the idea of helping others to move forward through these times by showing and offering a pathway through. And I'm sorry he's not here today, because I think that describes Reverend Ron Holloway. If it weren't for him, I don't know if I'd be here, because I don't know if there would be a here to be at. So the point is that anyone and everyone can be a Wayshower. Wayshower is simply a word that explains the wondrous experience of waking up to your true nature, embodying your true nature in your human experience. So do you want to be a Wayshower? Well, I found another article that says if you want to be a Wayshower, here's what you can expect. Number 1, know that you're blazing a trail. You may be going where no one else in your family has ever gone. And you're undertaking the task of awakening and viewing your life from a new and expansive perspective. Because of that, number 2, you're going to feel lonely at some times. The truth is, you are the only one that can experience what is in your heart and in your soul. Number 3, you need to let go of the need to feel understood, because they're not going to understand. They're not where you are. They're not going to understand. But number 4, have compassion for those people. Don't write them off simply because they don't understand you. Number 5, if you need guidance, seek guidance from those people that are already in the arena. If someone isn't actively taking steps to expand their consciousness and live their truth, then how are they going to be able to help you? You need to find people that can support the path you're on. Share firsthand stories and live their authentic lives. I'm looking at a whole room full of them. Number 6, make your inner experience and your heart your number one source for guidance. If you start looking about what other people are doing, then you're going to lose the clarity of thought for yourself. You need to make space and time to tune in to your inner self. Meditation, affirmative prayer. Whether it's here or not, those are the direct lines. So if something feels off, trust the feeling. If something feels light, and if something lights you up, then trust that feeling. And finally, expect things to happen that are unexpected. Expect miracles, synchronicities. When you say yes to your spirit, it says yes to you. And when it does, you're going to find that you can't help but believe in the magic of the universe. People will show up in your life just at the right moment that you need them. Way showing means showing others the way by simply awakening to and living your truth. By being it rather than preaching it. For being it, people will notice that you've changed. And if you're being it and not preaching it, they're going to want to be like you are. They're going to want to have what you have. Wayshowers are important people in our lives. And you know what? We're all here to help each other. Thank you for your kind attention today. Stay safe, be well, and as always, namaste. I wasn't sure I was going to get through that.
Thank you, Bill, for that wonderful message on the Wayshowers of your journey, especially those ones who listened to, who wanted to understand, who showed you compassion. Everyone, another round of applause for Bill. Thank you. It can be difficult to go through your journey and think about those people who have really impacted your lives, and to talk about it in such a way shows real strength and courage. Another ability of a wayshower. So from one wayshower to another wayshower in front of all these wayshowers, thank you for sharing your story with us today. For those who are here today and would like to give, it's now time to enter into our giving consciousness. Thank you all for those who continue to bless us with your tithes and offerings, for those who came out to support our yard sale and everything that we did, our rummage sale yesterday, and everything we did to do our community outreach efforts. We are truly blessed by your giving. Rather, that's time, talent, treasure. Thank you for the ways you are giving. So if you are led by Spirit to give today, we invite you to prepare your gift now. If you are led to make a recurring gift, you can visit our website to set up a monthly payment via PayPal. Now, I invite you to hold the thought of your gift in your mind and in your heart as we say our offering blessing together. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. Amen. And now our music team will bless us with another song, I Release by Michael Beckwith and Ricky Byers.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.